Marcus on his way, boy. Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Hey man, got a little bro in here, Caleb Briggs. If you don't know, first I want to say congratulations, bro, getting that scholarship to OBU, man. So what are your thoughts about that? Like, how do you feel?
It's a dream come true, honestly. Kind of like manifested it, if we're like being honest. I mean, I'm not gonna say I knew I was gonna leave, but some stuff happened where, I wanted to transfer, and OBU is definitely like the top school I wanted to be at. So to see that came to fruition is just like a blessing, and I'm excited.
Already, what do you what are your goals going into this? You're going up another level. You played at the JUCO level, you played at the NAIA level. Now you're going to the NCAA Division II level. So what goals do you have in mind going into this situation?
Individually, I would probably say shoot like maybe over 54% from the three. I never did that before in my life. I've always just been in the 40s. And team-wise, man, conference championship for sure. I've got like every level I played at, I got to the conference championship and lost. So I was just mainly just thinking about winning.
Already.
And what can I do to impact winning?
Your journey. If you can sum your journey up into a sentence or one word, coming from OK, going to prep, going to JUCO, NAIA, now D2. What can you sum it up as?
Keep going, kid. It'll all work out. That's all I can say is keep going, kid.
For other kids who are not highly recruited or come from smaller towns, man, what advice do you have for those kids?
I would say that you're gonna definitely have to do a little bit more work, for sure. But like rankings, all that stuff don't mean nothing. Just when you get out there, just let the chips fall, because ain't no man knowing, just be beneath no one. Like, just feel that way when you get out there. Like, don't be intimidated, because trust me, you may be better than them. You know what I mean? Just go out there with that mentality, and
sure.
The work will carry over.
I've been knowing you for a while, man. I never asked this question. Like, what? You know what? I do know the answer, but I want everybody else to know what fuels you every day. Like, you're super competitive. You're very hard on yourself when we get to working out, man. You want everything to be perfect. There's nothing wrong, because all you're doing is demanding you're demanding high standards for yourself. So where does that come from?
Definitely my high school coach. Like they demanded perfection, and I think it just stuck. Like when we were doing shooting drills, they'd get mad if we missed one or two, and I think it kind of just stuck. And then like the pressure of the situation in high school too. Like we were never good, and then when we turned out to be good, like everybody kind of expected everything. So I think it was just kind of like my psyche just tripped myself out to just be like a perfectionist, and that's just where I get it from. Honestly, it's my high school coach, because the dude literally pushed me like to be perfect. So, and if I feel like if you're not your biggest critic, then I don't feel like there's real growth. I'm not gonna wait for somebody else to tell me to get better. You know what I mean? I want to be like self-motivated and making sure that I'm on my own thing. You know what I mean? No matter who's helping me, make sure that I'm hard on myself too, critiquing myself too, because that's how you exceed levels. I feel like.
What do you have to say for the people who've been with you through this journey, man? What words you got for them?
Eternally grateful, because I would not be here by myself, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna say I'm crazy, but mental health is real, and like there's just gonna be dark days with the game. You know what I mean? There's gonna be days where you feel like you ain't worthy. I've had too many I just have too many days where you feel like you ain't good enough and all that. But I would just say, I'm grateful because without you know what I mean, without a team of people believing in me, I don't know how far I could have got.
Facts. Oh man, you've been reading a lot, man. What's a good book for an athlete, or give us about 1 to 3 books that you think are good for athletes to read, man.
The Way of the Superior Man.
Who's that by?
I forgot his name, but
Okay.
The Way of the Superior Man. And these have nothing to do with basketball. It's just mind, how to carry yourself. The Way of the Superior Man, The Fourth Element, and The Fifth Element.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good books for like the mind and you know what I mean, how to approach stuff daily.
Now, let's piggyback off that because I'm big on the mentality of an athlete. You know, we see the difference between okay players, good players, great players, and it's all about the mentality and how they approach the game. So when it comes into workouts, what's your mentality like? And then going into the games, same question.
I want to be as uncomfortable as I can in the workout so the game can be comfortable. Because every game is different. You don't know what you're going to have to do each game. Like some games you're going to be shooting, some games you're going to be rebounding, some games you're going to be defending. So I want to be as uncomfortable as I can in a workout, get friction, work on my response to adversity in the workout. That way when games hit, you know I'm calm, I'm ready.
Yeah. And on game days, so game days, when you wake up, what do you normally think? And then as you get closer to the game, let's say like locker room.
Man, first thing I do is wake up. Thank God. Just thank God for waking you up, for sure. And game days, man, I try to, definitely get shots up with the coach before class or in between class, for sure. And by the time game time hits around, man, I got the beats in, and I'm listening to some calming tracks because definitely nerves kicking in. I'd be lying if I said I'm nervous.
Yeah. Whenever you don't have the best game, right? How do you bounce back from that? I think that's one thing that a lot of athletes don't really, especially young athletes, don't. Some do, some don't. What's some advice for guys who might have a bad game and then they have a back-to-back?
Realize that you've played bad and you've played good before. And you have no choice but to keep going if you really care. Just realize that you've had good games and it's a make or miss game. Nobody's going to be perfect, so just keep going. Figure out ways to be impactful if you can't score.
That's a good answer, man. Great. And what's normally your regimen? Let's say you don't have the best shooting performance. How do you normally bounce back personally?
I try to be as aggressive as I can on defense, honestly. I might overfoul, honestly, but I'm not just gonna not score and just be quiet. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear from me in some type of way. Like I'm gonna crash the boards hard. I'm gonna hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And this last question right here, man. I want you to talk about the time where it wasn't like things weren't working out. Remember, and we kind of talked about this the other day. And I called you, right? And it happened at each level. It happened at the prep level and the JUCO level. I want you to talk about kind of, when you went through the slump, the adjustments you made, and then how it worked out for you.
Okay, so prep school, when I was going through like the slump, I was really just going through it because I had never been exposed to like workouts like that before. Like I had never been exposed to like 3-a-days, and it was just so hard. That was hard. JUCO, I was a freshman, and like when you're around people that just believe that you're good enough to compete, and you just got to pay freshman dues, man. So to bounce back from that, I just started getting up like earlier and just started shooting, making sure that my jumper was on point because I knew I was the best shooter on the team. It was just the fact that when I got my name called, be ready. So, yeah, man, I just had started getting up extra early. At MACU, when I first got there, it was COVID, and I was playing behind a fifth-year senior. So it was kind of, rough getting minutes, but it wasn't like I wasn't earning them. So I would just say I started just working out a little bit harder. I started being more aggressive in practice. I made it a point to not complain about it though. Just take it on the chin and keep going because complaining ain't gonna get you nowhere, but making you want to quit even more, honestly.
Facts. And just to be clear, when you was at the prep school, man, he was getting up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah, we was
4 a.m.
like, we'd have 3 workouts a day. The first one was at 6:30, and then the second one was like 10 to 1, and then the last one was like 4 to 7 maybe. So I got up at 4 a.m. and was getting up shots on the gun before the first one. And you know, not everybody just want to make a conscious decision because trust me, it was hard. Yeah. Like it was probably the hardest thing I ever did.
And see, that's cool to hear because we hear Kobe talk about that.
Yeah.
We hear other players who actually worked out with Kobe speak on that, and so you yourself being able to admit, bro, it's tough, but you gotta want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hard work sees a dream come true, man. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I can see my dreams, but I can tell you that I'm gonna die trying. Like honestly, like I may not be as good as the next guy, I may not be as athletic, but trust me, I'm gonna die trying. Like there's no quit in me. I know for a fact now there's no quit in me. I've been in the tough situations and I'm still here, so like that part of me is done. That part of me is conquered the quit. So it's just all about staying uncomfortable in each workout, feeling that friction, because that's where the true growth is. If I came in here and just got up a bunch of threes, I wouldn't feel like I get better because I can just do that in my sleep. But yeah, I try to be as uncomfortable as I can now to keep building that growth in me, keep being uncomfortable. And I feel like that'll pay off.
Already, well, hey, bro, I want to tell you again, congratulations. We proud of you, bro. Like everybody that I know that knows you is proud of you.
Man, I appreciate them all. Like I said, even to the people that I'm a real quiet guy, so I figured I should say this. I am a very, very quiet, to myself type person. I'm not a real good communicator. I'm dead focused on trying to, make my dream come true, man. And I sacrifice. I really do sacrifice a lot. So to the people that support me, just know that I am eternally grateful. Every single last one of you. I remember the janitor here. He used to really talk to me a lot, man. And he's gone now, R.I.P. man. So I just appreciate everybody from the janitor to the highest. Like there was a state representative from down here that really supported me. So I mean, from the lowest to I appreciate everybody. And beneath no one, we're all on the same level playing field. I just play basketball, so yeah.
Already, man. All right, bro. Well, we love you, man. Congratulations, and we're gonna be rooting for you, and a lot of people gonna pull up to come see you play, bro.
Yeah, I love y'all too, man, for sure, and I can't wait. Schedule will be out soon.
Already.